A lot of people in my comments are saying if you don't want a DUI, don't drink and drive, and that I'm giving advice on people for how to get away with drinking and driving. But that's not actually true. Did you know that in Canada you can get a DUI even though you haven't had a single drop of alcohol to drink? There's lots of reasons for this. Number one, Canadian law prohibits you from refusing to take a breathalyzer test. Lots of people who are innocent who haven't been drinking feel that the police shouldn't have the right to demand that they provide a breathalyzer sample, and so they refuse to blow and subsequently end up with a DUI. Secondly, you can get a DUI as a result of all sorts of biological processes that happen in your body. For example, if you have consumed something that contains alcohol but aren't drinking or aren't over the legal limit, for example, if you swallowed your mouthwash, or if you had a candy that had alcohol in it, or you ate a food that had alcohol in it, and then you burp or you regurgitate as a result of acid reflux, or because you have an upset stomach, or for whatever reason, that burping or regurgitation, if it's within 15 minutes of your breathalyzer test, can falsely elevate the reading. If you have diabetes, or if you're on a ketogenic diet or an intermittent fasting diet and your body's in a state of ketosis, your body can actually produce chemicals like acetone and isopropanol, which can trigger false positive readings on breathalyzers and lead to DUIs even though you haven't consumed any alcohol. There are case studies involving individuals who are completely alcohol-free who fail breathalyzer tests as a result of these biological compounds in their systems interfering with the tests. Number four reason you can fail a breathalyzer or get a DUI without consuming any alcohol is a condition. It's very rare, but it's called autobrewery syndrome, where your body doesn't properly process yeast, and it actually leads to fermentation in your gut anytime you eat bread products, which causes your body to produce alcohol in your gut, which then leads to you essentially releasing alcohol into your bloodstream without having consumed any alcohol whatsoever. You can also get a DUI without having consumed alcohol if you consume something that contains alcohol within 15 minutes of doing a breath test. Mouthwash, candies, cough drops, cough syrups, all sorts of things like this contain alcohol. Even things like vaping or smoking can cause false readings on breathalyzers. They've done studies showing that cigarettes can cause false fail readings on roadside breathalyzer tests for up to 5 minutes after a person has smoked. And vaping, lots of vapes people don't even realize this contain propylene glycol or even ethanol, which can lead to false readings on the test, even though you haven't consumed any alcohol. And chewing tobacco as well is another product that a lot of people don't realize contains ethanol. Lots of foods that you eat also contain forms of alcohol that will trigger false positives on the breath test. Did you know that soy sauce, many soy sauce are ethanol based? Lots of actually Asian sauces and flavorings contain forms of alcohol or ethanol itself that can lead to false readings on the test. And if you eat too many bread products, you can actually produce a little bit of alcohol that can trigger false readings on the test. We've seen cases of people failing their ignition interlocks as a result of eating pizza, or situations where people eat hot cross buns and get false positive readings. You don't have to drink to get a DUI in Canada.